International student, you have a lot of reservations, hesitations, thinking कि मैं इंडिया से आ रहा हूँ, यूके में सारे इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग लोग हैं, वहाँ का कल्चर अलग है, वहाँ की हर चीज़ अलग रखने के बाद आपको थोड़ा सा हेजिटेंस लगता है। लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो मैंने कॉन्फिडेंस यहाँ डेवलप किया, वो कॉन्फिडेंस के ज़रिए मुझे वो चीज़ वहाँ काम आई। मैंने जो यहाँ पे मेरा जो टीचर्स के साथ इंटरेक्शन था, उस इंटरेक्शन के बेसिस पे मैंने वो रिलेशनशिप वहाँ की टीचर्स के साथ डेवलप किया। सो आई वुड एम्फसाइज दैट योर इंटरेक्शन, योर रिस्पेक्ट, योर रिलेशनशिप विद योर टीचर्स will shape you as not only a good person but as a successful lawyer, because your teachers जो relationship आज आपका उनके साथ है, वैसा ही आगे चल के as a lawyer आपका जज के साथ होगा। You will always be going to the court, you'll always present your arguments before the judge, and that's where the whole idea of a successful lawyer comes into.
On behalf of management, staff and students, I congratulate Umar Farooqui for his wonderful achievement, and in future also, whatever the endeavors he is going to take, let him complete his goal, and he will be a role model for all of us in future for our MP law.
Before you all to share my experiences and my time at MP Law College as a student and my journey as a barrister in the United Kingdom. When I entered MP Law College this afternoon, I went 4 years back when I was a student like you all. The memories that I have had in this institution will stay all the way with my life, because the experiences, the learnings, the teachings that I received in this institute helped me in the United Kingdom as a student to become a successful barrister. When I was told to speak here, the first thing that came to my mind was, how will I speak in front of CM Rao Sahab? Because we all know Rao sir, although he is strict, but he is very particular about things, what you say, what you do. So one has to be careful. And I would seek sir's apology if I go somewhere wrong, sir, in advance, because sir ka aisa hai ki sir samne daant denge. So I have to be a bit careful and apologetic right from the beginning. But I would start from CM Rao Sahab, because we all know that when you enroll as a student at this institute, the first thing people say is the quality of education, and the next is Rao Sahab. People around Marathwada and Maharashtra know this institute for its excellence, quality education, and the head of this institute, Principal Rao Sahab, because his commitment and his discipline helps students achieve success in ways that no one can imagine. We feel as a student sometimes that Rao Sahab is being a bit strict, but no, it's not. It's good for us, because in the 3 years of my career, of my education at MP Law College, the words of wisdom I heard from Rao Sahab was so helpful for me, that in United Kingdom, when I was doing my course, I was disciplined, and I used to remember what Rao Sahab told me. Then it came to a time that when I was studying at MP Law College, the students, all my friends who were there, they were supportive, but the most vital part that anyone played was the teachers here at MP Law College. I would request you all to please give a huge round of applause to our teachers, because and I would dedicate my success to my parents, to my family, to my teachers, and especially to Manikchand Pahade Law College, who has motivated me, who has helped me all this journey. This institute shaped me and helped me to become a successful barrister in the UK. A lot of people say that, okay, when you are going to the UK, you need to know your language, you need to know other skills. All of this I learned at MP Law College. The first and foremost thing that I enjoyed in this institute was mooting. Mooting, I would encourage you all that to become a successful lawyer, one has to have command in written skills as well as oral communication skills. These are the two main skills of a successful lawyer. Anyone would say this. But at the same time, participating at moot court events is very important. When I say it's very important, I would request you all that if you're not able to get through the mooting competition, then at least try and do a mock moot court competition within your class. Teachers here was my colleague at the moot court competition, Amrita Johar, a fantastic mooter, fantastic lawyer, and I would always say that we worked as a team, and we had Govind as well, who's also doing very good practice at the district court. So when I see my colleagues succeeding, I also had my friend Kailash Jadhav, who's with me, who was also doing excellent practice at district court, high court. So when we all started our journey from Manikchand Pahade Law College, and when we were mooting in this institute, the level of training and support that we received, right from the library assistant to Jadhav sir, from Kolte sir, everyone, it was remarkable. I would like to remember our late teacher, Godbole ma'am. And the support that we received from her was, again, so amazing, that she always used to say that, okay, Umar, your volume, your pitch should be at this level. You need to speak at this pace. You need to pronounce these words in this manner. So minute details, this is what a successful lawyer, this is how a successful lawyer learns things. And I would say that if you want to learn and succeed in your life, you need to have the right people around you. And I was fortunate to have the right people around me with the help and support of Manikchand Pahade Law College. In this institute, make the most of it. Because the insights, the experiences, and the teachings that you will learn today in these 3 years, 5 years, will stay with you forever. Although law is a very practical subject, you have to be in courts. But if you spend your time, organize your time in the right way, you can step in your career with a great amount of, I would say, commitment, your preparation, and everything will be in the right place if you spend your 3 years, 5 years in this institute rightly. You start expressing yourself. And this place is, in my opinion, is the best place to express, because no one will judge you for your views. You can make mistakes as much as you want, but start expressing your views, start talking, start writing. I would encourage you all to start writing, whatever, like if there's a topic that is ongoing, for example, constitutional amendment or anything that is on current affairs, try and write a paragraph. You might make mistakes, but writing will help you develop your drafting skills. Because in the UK, to qualify as a barrister, you need to have drafting skills, advocacy, which is oral advocacy that involves cross-examination, examination in chief, and these are the core elements, and then procedural code and everything that is there. But advocacy is stressed on. So when you are in this institute, make sure your drafting skills, your oral communication skills are excelled. You make use of all these resources, make use of this library. I used to come and read newspapers in this library. Just go there, read newspapers from Marathi, English, Hindi, just keep on reading. Some background about the reason why I went to the UK. So I come from a political background. I was working in politics. I was a student activist. And I had this habit of, I was into protest on road, blocking the roads. Well, that was for people, but at the same time, I always wanted to do I always wanted to contribute to the society, try and make an impact and change the things how it is right now. But for this, I realized that if you want to be efficient, one of my students called Prasad Jarare sir, he's also an alumni of our institute, and he told me he used to follow, we were schoolmates from Holy Cross, and he used to follow my political activities, and he used to see, oh, I'm doing dharna here, I'm doing this political campaign, I'm doing this speech here and there. And he used to tell me that, Umar, all of this is okay, but if you want to be efficient, you need to know the law. So he said, ki tu law kar, sabse pehle tu LLB kar. And that's where I decided that I should enroll for LLB course, and I came to Manikchand Pahade Law College. So when I did my law course, I realized the change in my personality. And that helped me to be efficient, not only in politics, but as a person in society, as a responsible citizen. And at the same time, whilst I was doing my politics, I used to read about Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. I used to read about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Mahatma Gandhi, these eminent leaders who shaped India. These leaders, when I read about them, the most common thing amongst them all was that they all were barristers. And I said to myself, okay, what was it that they went all the way from India to the UK to qualify as a barrister, to learn the skills, and when they came back, they impacted the society like no one else. And the contribution that they made to our Indian society and Indian constitution is so remarkable that today we are living in a free society. And that helped me, and that allowed me to research on this course, and then I pursued my barrister journey in the UK. Whilst I was there, I noticed that as an international student, you have a lot of reservations, hesitations, thinking कि मैं इंडिया से आ रहा हूँ, UK में सारे इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग लोग हैं, वहाँ का कल्चर अलग है, वहाँ की हर चीज़ अलग रखने के बाद आपको थोड़ा सा हेजिटेंस लगता है. लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो मैंने कॉन्फिडेंस यहाँ डेवलप किया, वो कॉन्फिडेंस के ज़रिए मुझे वो चीज़ वहाँ काम आई. मैंने जो यहाँ पे मेरा जो टीचर्स के साथ इंटरेक्शन था, उस इंटरेक्शन के बेसिस पे मैंने वो रिलेशनशिप वहाँ की टीचर्स के साथ डेवलप किया. So I would emphasize that your interaction, your respect, your relationship with your teachers will shape you as not only a good person but as a successful lawyer. Because your teachers, जो relationship आज आपका उनके साथ है, वैसा ही आगे चल के as a lawyer आपका जज के साथ होगा. You will always be going to the court. You'll always present your arguments before the judge, and that's where the whole idea of a successful lawyer comes into place. A successful lawyer is not about how good you speak English. It's about multiple factors: your hard work, your written communication skills, your oral skills, your understanding of legal knowledge, and analyzing, researching, everything. And for that reason, I would also encourage you all to please stress on researching skills. The constitution we have, although it is the longest, but in my opinion, it is one of the best constitutions in the world. The reason being is that although we had Britishers who ruled our nation, and they gave us as to what is legal jurisprudence. They taught the world as to how the laws are developed and everything. But they themselves don't have a written set of constitution. They have an unwritten constitution. And that unwritten constitution is so extremely flexible that politicians, when they come into power, when they are into parliament, they can change, amend law, and bring policies and acts that suits their policy. And the Supreme Court hardly interferes or intervenes in that. So with our system, our constitution is so robust and protects our fundamental rights in such a way, the basic structure of our constitution is so robust that no one can amend it. Especially the basic structure. I'm talking about the basic structure. That cannot be amended. The Keshwananda Bharti case is a phenomenal judgment that talks about that the basic structure will be protected no matter what. Our constitution, and on the basis of this, I wrote a whole thesis on the written and unwritten constitution. And that helped me because I studied constitutional law, administrative law in this institute. If barrister की डिग्री आपको यूके में ही मिलेगी, अगर आपको barrister की qualification चाहिए, वो title चाहिए, तो आपको दूसरी कोई country में नहीं मिलता, वो सिर्फ यूनाइटेड किंगडम में ही आपको परस्यू कर सकते हैं आप. और आप जब barrister बनते हो तो आपको वहाँ की कोर्ट्स में भी प्रैक्टिस करने का मौका मिलता है, और उससे ज़्यादा जो आप लीगल ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस आप एज अ बैरिस्टर सीखते हो, आपकी जो एडवोकेसी स्किल्स वहाँ बैरिस्टर कोर्स में डेवलप होती है, इन माय ओपिनियन दूसरे कोर्स में नहीं हो पाती है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर एम्फेसिस इस पर ज़्यादा दिया जाता है, एडवोकेसी पर. देखिए, मैं तो एज अ लॉयर मैं एक पार्टी का स्पोक्स पर्सन भी हूँ. मैं पार्टी का नाम इसलिए नहीं लूँगा क्योंकि पर पार्टी का प्रचार हो जाएगा. तो आज कॉलेज में नो पॉलिटिक्स, बट मैंने ये देखा कि जब मैं धरना वगैरह कर रहा था, मैं तो ये सब आंदोलन, चिल्लाना, पुकारना, लोगों की आवाज़ करना, ये तो ठीक था, लेकिन एफिशिएंटली अपनी बात मनवाना किस तरीके से. तो एक लॉयर जो होता है, एक एडवोकेट जो होता है, वो अपनी बात को आर्ग्यू जिस तरह करता है सक्सेसफुली एडवोकेसी में, जो आप कोर्ट रूम्स में हम देखते हैं. तो मैंने जब एलएलबी किया तो मुझे वो चीज़ का बेनिफिट हुआ पॉलिटिक्स में, और फिर मैंने जब बैरिस्टर एट लॉ किया तो मैंने देखा एज अ पर्सन मुझे कितना फ़ायदा हुआ पॉलिटिक्स में भी और दूसरे फील्ड्स में भी. हमारे जितने सक्सेसफुल लीडर्स को अगर आप देखेंगे वो सब बैरिस्टर्स थे, इंक्लूडिंग हमारे पास जो बैरिस्टर रामराव अधिक साहब थे अहमदनगर के, हमारे पास बैरिस्टर भोसले साहब थे, हमारे पास बैरिस्टर अब्दुल रहमान अंतुले थे, एक और बैरिस्टर है लेकिन वो थोड़े कंट्रोवर्शियल है, हैदराबाद वाले. लेकिन ऐसा है कि देखिए, बैरिस्टर का ऐसा मामला है कि आपको लॉ की जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपको जो मिलती है वो इन माय ओपिनियन कंपेयर टू अदर कोर्सेज इज जस्ट नेक्स्ट लेवल. यहाँ पर आप जिस तरीके से लॉ को एनालाइज करेंगे और उसको कम्युनिकेट करेंगे बमुकाबले दूसरों के, इट इज फिनोमिनल. एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन आई लुक एट लॉ नाउ, आई लुक एट अ डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, दूसरे एंगल से देखने का मौका मिलता है. तो पॉलिटिक्स में बिकॉज आप पॉलिसी मेकर होते हो, आप कानून बनाने वाले होते हो, आप सिर्फ कोर्ट में आर्ग्यू नहीं करते, तो पॉलिसी को समझना, लॉ को समझना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. और इसीलिए जो बैरिस्टर्स रहे हैं अभी तक, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ देम हैव बीन सक्सेसफुल बिकॉज दे अंडरस्टूड द लॉ वेरी वेल. बोला तुम्हें वकील होना रहे.
Yes, sir. So, what is the difference between major difference
Yes.
In the Indian law and British law?
So the major difference is a lot of customs, traditions, Magna Carta. This was its fundamental principle, and UK law, UK constitutional values and everything developed time and again. It evolved. It keeps on evolving. Whereas our constitution, a lot of people say that it's rigid, but that rigidness helps to maintain the law and order in the society. Whereas there, yesterday the law was something else, tomorrow it's going to be something else. It can be opposite. So that flexibility level is extreme there, in my opinion.
Pursuing barrister degree can be beneficial in contributing to our country as Indian citizen.
Yes, very good question. And this was the reason why I did my barrister degree. It was because when I studied law in India, I had a whole perspective about our Indian law and Indian legal system. But if you want to transform any system or reform something or bring change into society, you need to know what the world thinks as well. And for that reason, when I went to the UK, I studied the UK law. When I studied the UK constitution and the different aspects of English jurisprudence, I realized that the things that are good there, I can bring it back to my country. And the understanding of law, the depth analysis of law, the legal system there, how the cases are expedited, the level of the cases, how they are heard. They have a very robust ADR mechanism. So these things that I learned there, I wanted to bring it to my country. And that's why I said, okay, I'll go there, study, become a barrister, get all the skills that are required, and come to my nation, come to my country, and try and reform and change the society. And for this reason, whilst I was in the UK, I spoke to the chairman of the Bar Council of England and Wales, and he told me about a very interesting aspect, that Bar Council of England and Wales was open to do a partnership with Bar Council of India on ADR. So I said to him that, look, if there is anything that I can contribute to this, I would be happy to do. Because if we have a partnership on ADR, even if currently our law system says that foreign lawyers cannot practice in India, but if we can have a partnership on ADR mechanisms, arbitration, mediation, conciliation, if we can develop that with their point of view, that will be beneficial. So this was one of my reasons that I went to the UK to study and qualify as a barrister. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
LB in India and barrister in UK are same, like the degrees are same.
Not very similar, not very similar. We have two different branches. We have, they call, barrister is the one who will argue before the court, and the solicitor will practice and prepare the cases for the barrister. In our legal system, advocate is the one who will prepare the case, who will argue the case, but barrister will have expertise in advocacy. It's very similar, but not. We cannot say that it's exactly similar to what our advocates, the work what we do here.
Thank you.
What I found? Studying the procedural code in England was the most challenging part. You need to know the CPR, like how we have CRPC, CPC. Although our CPC is also very intense, but their CPC is at a next level. That was the most challenging aspect for me, understanding the laws and remembering it. And their examination assessment was of MCQs, so it wasn't MCQ like you have to just take our MCQs were there, but ma'am, the MCQ was single best answers. All are the best answers, all are the right answers. सब सही जवाब, लेकिन इसमें से सबसे अच्छा जवाब कौन सा है? अब as a lawyer we are taught to think differently. Everyone has a different opinion. उसमें guess करना कि examiner के हिसाब से ये सही जवाब है was the most difficult part.
Okay, sir. Sir, what technique?
दोन तीन गोष्ट मी आपल्याला सांगेल की एक आहे प्रथम यूट्यूबवर जाऊन तुम्ही इंटरनॅशनल जे आर्ग्युमेंट्स असतात इंग्लंडचे आता त्यांनी काय अपलोड केलेलं आहे त्यांचे सुप्रीम कोर्टचे जी पद्धत आहे त्यांची मूटिंग करण्याची त्यांच्या हाउ टू प्रेजेंट देयर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स आप वो देखना शुरू करिए उसके साथ साथ आपको जब भी टाइम मिले आप कोर्ट रूम जाकर वहाँ बैठिए जजेस का क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन होता है जजेस आपसे जब सवाल करते तो आपको किस तरह जवाब देना है क्योंकि लॉ में एक प्लेंट बनाना ड्राफ्ट करना और आर्ग्यू करना अलग चीज़ होती है और ये एक स्किल की जज की क्वेरी को रिस्पॉन्ड करना एक बहुत बड़ी स्किल होती है अगर आप उसको एक्सेल कर सकते हो तो देन यू आर एन एफिशिएंट लॉयर तो आप उस पर एक काम करिए और तीसरी चीज़ आपकी जो लैंग्वेज होगी अब आप फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट हो अब आप नेक्स्ट स्टेप विल बी इन योर करियर try and keep it as plain as simple as possible. मैं जब यहाँ से गया था इंग्लैंड में तो I used to use very heavy English vocabulary, thinking कि क्योंकि हमारे पास यहाँ पर कल्चर है कि हम अच्छे वर्ड्स इस्तेमाल करेंगे और स्पेशली यहाँ पे जो हमारी प्रैक्टिस है जो लॉयर्स करते हैं कि बहुत हार्ड जार्गन्स यूज़ करते हैं लीगल उसके तो वहाँ हमें सिखाया गया कि आप जितनी लैंग्वेज प्लेन और सिंपल रखेंगे उतना बेहतर आप आपकी लैंग्वेज पर थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिए और होपफुली योर करियर विल स्टार्ट वेरी वेल ओके थैंक यू मैंने जब 10th का एग्ज़ाम दिया था तो मुझे मेरे पिताजी ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया की पी एन अवस्थी साहब की किताब दी थी और जब वो मैंने देखा तो ही वॉज अ फैट वन आवर फर्स्ट आफ्टर 10th के बाद देखना इतनी बड़ी बुक वॉज अ बिट शॉकिंग फॉर मी बट मैंने प्रियम्बल उसका पढ़ा और वहाँ से मुझे लॉ में इंटरेस्ट डेवलप हुआ और उसी के साथ साथ मैंने बाबा साहब को पढ़ा, महात्मा गांधी जी को पढ़ा। तो उनका जो जीवन रहा वो इतना जो एजुकेशन की तरफ वो मोटिवेटेड थे और उन्होंने जो सोसाइटी में इम्पैक्ट लाया, वो देखने के बाद मुझे इस चीज़ में इंटरेस्ट डेवलप और मैंने इसका काम किया। What do you mean by advocate? An advocate is a person who fights for justice for people and is a key player to bring change in the society. This is what I believe.
और LLB करने के टाइम हमारे जहन में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कि हम JMFC की तरफ जाए या फिर क्या बोलते हैं उसको प्रैक्टिस करें या फॉरेन जाए, वहाँ से डिग्री लाकर कुछ और करे, पॉलिटिक्स ज्वाइन करे। तो आपने जब स्टार्ट किया था LLB तो आपके जहन में भी क्वेश्चन आए होंगे
जी।
तो आपने इन क्वेश्चनों को कैसे टैकल किया?
देखिए, ये क्वेश्चंस तो हम सबको ये फेज से हम गुजरते हैं और आप जब प्रोफेशन में भी आ जाते हो तब भी क्वेश्चंस आते ही है, ऐसा नहीं है कि क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते। अब इतना ही है कि उस क्वेश्चंस को टैकल हम पॉजिटिवली करिए। अगर आपको ऐसा आता, कभी कभी ऐसा भी सवाल आता है कि क्या मैं इस करियर में सक्सीड होऊंगा, मैं बैरिस्टर बनकर आऊँगा, लेकिन पहले तो मैं पास हो पाऊँगा या नहीं, सिलेक्ट हो पाऊँगा या नहीं, एंट्रेंस टेस्ट में पास होगा या नहीं होगा। तो वो भी एक ये काफ़ी चीज़ें आती है, लेकिन एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से अगर आप जाते हो ये नियत के साथ कि मैं सोसाइटी में कुछ चेंज करना चाहता हूँ पॉजिटिव, और कि एंड आई कैन डू इट वाला आप अप्रोच अगर रखेंगे तो आई थिंक यू कैन टैकल दीज क्वेश्चंस वेरी वेल, इट शुडंट बी एन इशू।
तो सर आप जब वहाँ गए थे तो
जी।
आपको जो पहले स्टार्ट में डिफिकल्टीज आई थी जैसे यहाँ से जाने के टाइम को लेकर, तो आपने कैसे टैकल किया उसको?
Again, I had a very good family support and friends around me. आप जितना सोशल सर्कल आपका अच्छा होगा वो आपके लिए बेनिफिट करेगा। मैं अगेन आप लोगों से अपील करूँगा कि आपका सोशल सर्कल अच्छा रखिए, पॉजिटिव लोग आपके साथ होना चाहिए, तब आप पॉजिटिव काम कर पाएंगे। अगर आपके साथ नेगेटिव माइंडसेट होगा तो आप आगे ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे। आपके साथ लोग ऐसे होना चाहिए साथ में जो आपको मोटिवेट करे, कहें कि नहीं यार चला, सिर्फ अब ठीक है, मैं आपको सिर्फ अभ्यास की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, आप साथ भी बैठे तो पॉजिटिव बात होना चाहिए। तो पॉजिटिविटी प्लेज अ ह्यूज रोल एंड इफ यू हैव द राइट पीपल अराउंड यू दैट मेक्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस। थैंक यू। Okay, so this is a very interesting question, because when I went there in the UK, I was expecting that, you're paying a substantial amount of fees there. I will receive a one-to-one continuous training and everything. But to my surprise, we only had 2 sessions, 2 days of class in a week. Okay, and that was for 3 or 4 hours. उतना ही आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा, आपको कह दिया जाएगा कि आप 2 दिन क्लास आके अटेंड करिए और उसके क्लास में आने से पहले आपको होमवर्क दे दिया जाएगा कि आप ये केसेस को पढ़ कर आइए। तो जो हमारे पास लर्निंग पैटर्न इंडिया में है, स्पेशली जो टीचर्स और स्टूडेंट्स का जो इंटरेक्शन हमारे पास यहाँ पर है, वो वहाँ नहीं मिलता। तो दैट इज़ समथिंग दे लैक, वी आर गुड एट इट। रही बात टीचिंग की, अगेन आई वुड से दैट आवर टीचर्स आर बेटर देन द ट्यूटर्स दे हैव। माई बेटर, मेरा जो इसके लिए जो मेजरमेंट है सर, वो ये है कि हमारे पास टीचर्स जो डेडिकेशन के साथ काम करते हैं, वो अपना टाइम 100% इन्वेस्ट करते हैं स्टूडेंट में। मेरे साथ तो हुआ है कि मेरा एक्सपीरियंस पॉजिटिव रहा है, तो मैं अपने पॉजिटिव एक्सपीरियंस का कहूँगा कि, और वहाँ पर भी स्टूडेंट्स, वहाँ के भी टीचर्स बहुत हेल्पफुल है, लेकिन वहाँ एक प्रोफेशनल बाउंड्री है हर काम में। वहाँ तो माँ बाप के और बच्चों के रिलेशनशिप में एक बाउंड्रीज़ है। तो हमारा जो कल्चर, जो इसीलिए जो मैं वहाँ पर भी कहता था कि हमारा देश जो खूबसूरत है वो इसलिए है कि हम कितनी बड़ी इकॉनमी बनेंगी ये नहीं मायने रखता, हम किस तरह रह रहे हैं, हमारा एक दूसरे के साथ क्या ताल्लुक़ है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आई थिंक दैट रिलेशनशिप, दैट टीचिंग लेवल दैट वी हैव इज़ वेरी वेरी गुड। एंड आई थिंक द अदर थिंग वाज examination system, sir, this is where I would say that our system needs to improve. They have a very rigorous approach. They make sure that whatever you have learned is put down on paper. And अगर आप वहाँ का एग्ज़ाम पास करते हो तो देयर इज़ नो शॉर्टकट, हमारे पास भी शॉर्टकट नहीं है, लेकिन कभी कभी हमारे पास अक्सर, जैसा भाई बता रहे थे कि एग्ज़ामिनेशन हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में ऐसा होता है कि ऑनलाइन ज़्यादा मार्क्स मिले, ऑफलाइन ऐसा मिले, वहाँ पर आप कैसा भी दो, आपको आपका पढ़ाई मालूम होना चाहिए, आपका टॉपिक क्या है, और उस पर जो सिस्टम से वो लोग पूछते हैं, MCQs का तरीका अलग है, ड्राफ्टिंग का टेस्ट अलग होगा, एडवोकेसी का टेस्ट अलग होगा, तो ये सब चीज़ें जो वहाँ का जो सिस्टम है, आई थिंक दैट इज़ मोर एफिशिएंट कंपेयर्ड टू आवर्स. सो या, आई होप दिस आंसर्स योर क्वेश्चन सर.
Scholarships are available where you have to prove yourself that I am eligible for scholarship. It is not that Rao sir only get or Umar only get. It is your performance definitely allow you to get it. And internal marks, he is telling scoring, the graduation scoring. So when you are not concentrating on your internals, 20 marks आपके हाथ में है. If you did it, definitely you will get good marks. If you concentrate in subject, definitely the score will be more. So every day we used to say to you, learn English more. Learn English. English is not our mother tongue, not my mother tongue, nor anybody of you. But we are trying to learn. So everybody commits mistakes. Mistakes are the particular thing which will give you experience for your future. As he rightly pointed, while you are talking to others, definitely mistakes are committed. And when other person who had your mistake is going to be pointed out, then you learn from that mistake pointed out by other person. Hence, try to convince yourself, all the classes. You make one day on your choice, a topic of your choice. Discuss, a group discussion. A group discussion, if you invite teachers, we will also join you. We will also join you, as he rightly suggested you. Take a topic of your choice, newspaper, कोई भी item, कोई भी judgment, कोई भी contemporary issue, कोई भी social issue, कोई भी religion issue. No question of bar for you, because you are going to be a lawyer. You are going to be trained for that particular purpose. When you are going to be trained for a purpose to gender justice to the people who knocks your doors for justice, it is your duty to learn everything. That can be possible provided if you have the courage to learn something which is needed for your future. So when you learn something for your future, definitely it will help others to get benefited because of your learning. So if you neglect this, not only you are losing, your community will lose, your parents will lose, your society will lose, as a whole, the nation will lose because of your negligence. And I observed Farooqui for last 3 years, when he is a student. When he is a student, I observed concentration. He never missed the concentration of the subject. He never missed the concentration of the subject. He is having some idea in his mind that barrister of law is the only remedy. Somebody asked, why you go for barrister? It is nothing but political, what I envisaged from his behavior. There is a barrister, Aurangabad, Ambedkar, Gandhiji, Patel, all these people are barristers. The barristers are more value in the society, especially in the legal fraternity. That is the reason for his barrister. So majority of the students, LLB students, they will go for LLM. There are several students who completed LM abroad, but he gone for barrister because he want to be having some goal in his mind. What is goal in his mind? We don't want to question him. What he turned to be in future, we don't know. He may be a lawmaker, he may be a lawmaker, he may be an MP, he may be an MLA, we don't know. But he is having something in his goal. To achieve that goal, he has taken the means to achieve the barrister, to have the analyzing skills. That analytical skills will be possible only if you are barrister at law. So I am a lawyer, I am an advocate. So I used to say all to the students, I am not a lawyer, I am only an advocate. All my colleagues are advocates because we are registered under the Advocates Act 1961. But we are not lawyers. If we are lawyers, we will be there in the court earning more money and reputation. Neither we are earning money nor getting reputation as a lawyer, though we are advocates. This is the problem. This is the problem. So nothing is impossible. If you set a goal, you remember Kalam. So have a big goal. Have a big goal. Even you don't achieve the goal, you will get something in future. Not bigger one, but you are near to the big goal. That is possible. That is the thing that was told by Professor Kalam. I am asking him, I am addressing him as a professor at the age of death also. While he is going to address the student, he fell down in the northeastern states. That is his commitment towards education. And as a student of this college, he is also committed to develop the education. That is possible because of his attitude towards education. His attitude towards education. Education is the only method, when you have the money or not, but education will make you something in future, provided if you concentrate learning process. When you are going for learning process, the money will come automatically. Ziaur Rahman asked, कौन सी फील्ड में पैसा मिलते हैं? पैसा का पास देखा, you will not come up in life. You have to go in the path, पैसा will come back. पैसा आपके पीछे आना, पैसे के पीछे आप नहीं जाना. The lawyers or advocates, if you see the biography of all the people, the Gandhiji or Tilak, all these people who are barristers, they never bothered about money. They don't have money. Even Ambedkar doesn't have. Somebody supported him to go to abroad. Even Gandhi is supported by someone to go abroad. The family is not supported them. And I would like to request all of you, have a goal, concentrate on what you are here for. Simply time pass, simply बारिस्टर आया, सुनने के लिए आया, हो गया, तालियां बजाए, राव सर को तालियां बजाए, राव सर के बारे में ये आए वो बात करने में कुछ नहीं होते. You will be like and I will be like here only. There is no coach change in me. Similarly, you are also not going to change, because we are trying. The moment when the iron is hot, we are going to mold it in a proper manner. When you are going to nurture you, it is you who have to nurture as per the wisdom of the teachers who are going to be there in front of you. So time management and concentration on the classes, subjects is more important for the future of your careers. So I would like to thank all the people who are present here and eagerly listening to our pride student and first barrister of MP Law College, Mr. Umar Farooqui. And we pray the Almighty to bless him. In future, he will reach more heights. Again, he will join us after reaching such heights. This is our prayer to the Almighty to bless him. We, the management, staff and students, pray the Almighty to bless him with future endeavors, whatever the future endeavors he took. And on behalf of management, staff and students, I congratulate Umar Farooqui for his wonderful achievement. And in future also, whatever the endeavors he is going to take, let him complete his goal. And he will be a role model for all of us in future for our MP Law College. Thank you one and all.